Christian with me. Christian is from Yoose. Yoose is the hyperlocal mobile network. So, I'm quite excited to hear what that means and how it works. I've heard of geofencing, obviously, Christian, but do you want to just get into what hyperlocal mobile network actually means? I believe you do something fancy with the banners, don't you?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me here today, and happy to do this hangout together with you. So, what does hyperlocal mobile ad network mean, and what's all about the geofencing? Basically, what we're trying to achieve is we help brands, retailers, and others to reach consumers on the go, in the proximity or in the vicinity of their store locations or of any other places they try to reach out to the people. So in a nutshell, it's really about getting the people on the go with their phone when they, no, I mean, that's the big advantage of the mobile phone, yeah, that you can have location as one of the elements how to reach somebody, and that when you are on the go, people check their phones. I mean, all that more and more usage and more attention towards the mobile phone is definitely there. So we put up together with our advertisers so-called geofences, and what that means is really it's a virtual area basically on a map, say 5-kilometer radius around a city center, or a 2-kilometer radius around a shopping mall. So that's a geofence. It can be just a circle. It can be also a polygon or a hexagon, so a more rectangular or shape form. But you define that area basically, and in that area, then everybody who's inside of that area will receive then a more targeted, more relevant advertising.
So let us bring this to life a little bit. You've told me that you've seen a lot of traction in the UK particularly, and there are a lot of campaigns that are already running, and they are in the hundreds. Tell me a little bit about what a typical campaign would look like.
So a typical campaign would look like being a chain of retail outlets from a single brand. Can give you an example from the UK, where we're running currently campaigns with Orange, the telco operator. Orange is in the current setup targeting a bit over 400 of their outlets with our technology, which means that around those 400 outlets in a 3-kilometer radius, banner advertisement is shown, which basically alerts the consumer that there's a specific offering relevant to the city or to the store where they are. So the banner, it's banner advertisement that is shown inside mobile applications or can be also on mobile websites. And the banner is showing in real time the current location on the banner text. So that said, the banner reads, for example, Orange special in Exeter, and it tells you that the Exeter Orange shop is only 500 meters away from where you are, which means that the consumer is more likely to click on the banner because more relevant for him, and we see that also in the performance of that campaign. So the click rates on these type of banners produce a constant 1% and above click-through rate. So the number of people who are clicking, which is 2 to 3 times higher than the average click rates you would see on banner advertising.
Wow, I think that sounds very interesting. Just to get a little bit more into it, the traditional geofencing route is typically about, sort of working with the operator and trying to, send messages or push messages dominantly through SMS or other channels. But it's dominantly involves the operator, right? So what are the differences are there between what you're trying to do and your traditional geofencing? How does this work differently?
So I mean, the idea of the geofence is absolutely the same, yeah, to define the zones as I described before. But the significant difference is with our platform, you are not dependent on a single operator, and furthermore, even you can target all consumers across all operators. So if you look at a country like India, Say you would work with Airtel and you want to target users. Yes, of course, Airtel has a huge number of subscribers, but if you go to the specific zone of, let's say, ambience mall in Delhi, then you would probably only get a segment of the users, or you get, I mean, if you work with one operator, only the subscribers to that specific operator and not the other still significant number of people who are in the vicinity of that mall. So that's, unless you work, of course, with all the operators, but again, by being independent from the operator, in a sense, we can place the ads in any mobile application where mobile ads are displayed and where location is used. So the location information comes from the GPS signal of the phone. Through that, we are able to reach a still significant number of people across different networks and across different applications.
Sounds fantastic. But from a technology perspective, is it very different? I mean, does it use much more advanced technologies or something else like that?
Well, in a way it does, because for us, the easiest way to get the position of the user is through the GPS of the phone. So that means that you have to have a GPS enabled or equipped smartphone in order to benefit easily from the more relevant advertising. Having said that, GPS is only one way, so there are other ways where we also are able to get then less accurate, but still accurate enough for our targeting location information in order to do that. So in a way, yes, it's more advanced. Yes, we currently, and especially again, if you look at India, we would be in the first place able mainly only to target smartphone subscribers. But that would include also low-cost Android handsets up to the latest iPhone. So you have the whole range. And I mean, especially then looking at the people who can afford a smartphone in India, I think it's a very nice target group to have for any advertiser. And it's a large enough one. Yeah? I mean, if you make the numbers, then you reach, I'd say, in the right urban areas, the right audience you want to get to with that.
Next question, really from a business use case. Obviously, one of the business uses that you've illustrated, trying to create or increase the footfalls into your physical locations. So that's one of the things that you can use it for. What are the other use cases that you have seen within your client mix and the campaign mix that makes business sense from a perspective of using this technology?
So we have done beyond the retail example or events. We have done campaigns for also other mobile applications which have location context. And you just think of, for example, taxi booking applications. So where location is relevant to where you are, and the taxi booking application needs to have a critical mass of users in a given city or town. So there we've done some successful stuff so that you have a banner ad which tells you basically book your cab in Singapore or book your cab in Berlin or Moscow. And then again, you're more likely to click to download the app and to book basically then your taxi. So that's one. Another one area is travel and accommodation. Just think of hotels.com or book your hotel tonight type of applications and websites where basically through the automated location banners we can target major airports, where then you would receiving those ads at the airport, you click on it, the ad tells you already get your 60-70% discount at those hotels in Delhi, and then you click on it and you get a search query which is relevant to the location and the time and date also, so that it's always to the current context and environment you're moving in. So that's I think another one. And the maybe last one to share also, we've done also recruitment with our ads already, meaning this was for a consulting company who was looking for financial consultants. So we've been placing banner ads in the vicinity of banks, insurances, all kinds of financial institutions in the country, And that was a very interesting case where then the banner was basically going to a careers landing page of the consulting company.
Sounds fabulous. There seem to be quite a few use cases for this in terms of what is happening. Shifting topics a little bit, Christian, we want to talk about you now. A German from München. You are now based in Singapore, a bit of a global traveler. So what drives you? What motivates you?
The global challenge, I would say, and the interest to build here a platform which has this, I would say, it's not an oxymoron, but both ends of a continuum. If you say you build a global company, but on the other hand, you look at hyperlocal targeting, then this is really two ends of the continuum. And with the way the platform we've built now and set up, we're able to achieve that. So we can literally today run campaigns almost in any place in the world where we find smartphone users, where we can place the advertisement in. So the current campaigns have been running, starting in Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, India, Russia, then Europe, UK, Germany, over to the US. So this is very fascinating to be able to do that in the area of mobile internet, and especially then targeting places which have a high growth in mobile smartphone usage. So that's where it really becomes interesting and good, and where
fantastic. Fantastic. Last question, really. Talk about Yoose a little bit more. How many locations you're in, how you're funded, what are your growth plans, and so on and so forth.
So currently we are operating out of Singapore, Delhi, and of Germany. Plus we have some presence in the UK. So that's the setup. We're an enthusiastic team across those locations. We are working with a nice partner network of business partners, sales partners, I would say. So we have some successful partners through those successful partnerships, done nice campaigns, because ultimately it's the media agencies and the brands who are our customers. And for example, for the Indian and Southeast Asian market, we were about to start to work with Comly Media, so one of the large media sales houses in the region, and I mean, through them we reach the relevant people, and through them also we can bring our product easier in that region, and they have an interesting, nice product which differentiates them from their competition in order to have a nice package basically to offer. So I think that's to set up those type of partnerships. I'm very pleased and I'm very excited about, I have to say, and again by still being an agile team across those locations, not too big yet, is driving that, and that excites me and drives me for the company. Growth-wise, I mean, we are really now since a few months in that stage where we can deliver those type of campaigns successfully, where we get the results, where we have brands like Orange booking multiple times now campaigns with us. So it confirms the long hard work and I mean, getting it right now. And I'm very much looking forward to the next steps, where we're planning a Series A funding round in order then to scale further up the business, especially to enter the American market. I think North America is ready for what we do. I mean, we see that with the budgets we're getting from the UK already. So there's I would say, sky is the limit in that sense.
And es gibt viele Möglichkeiten. Yeah. Dankeschön, and I'm sure that I'll continue to hear more about your success. We'll all continue to hear and root for you. Thank you very much for your time. Look forward to further such conversations.
Thanks for the interview, and I'm looking forward to speak again.
Absolutely.